We need an ambulance at 2127 Madison right now. I'm being shot fired.
I've been fighting legal situations on and off since I've been home. I beat my murder case 2018 January. You know what I'm saying? I've been fighting legal situations ever since, but like, I done beat a lot of drama. I done beat a lot of so like, I feel like with the drill culture, a lot of reflect on me fighting the cases I be fighting, and like, people like y'all don't even know. Like DJ Academic, before he got big, and I was one of the first drill people he talked about in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? They kicked Dirk Doe in, charged me with the murder whatsoever, you know what I'm saying?
Police say they're questioning two persons of interest in that lunch hour shooting not far from the United Center. We spoke with a witness who says first responders performed CPR on the 67-year-old victim, but it wasn't enough to save him.
October 2025, mid-afternoon on South St. Louis Avenue in Chicago's Little Village neighborhood, a parking area near an auto service shop, the kind of place where people get their oil changed, tires rotated, nothing out of the ordinary, until gunfire erupts. Multiple shots ring out. Witnesses scatter. When the smoke clears, 3 people are on the ground, bleeding. One of them is Devonshaw Collier, known to thousands as THF Bezu, a Chicago drill rapper with deep ties to Lil Durk's Only the Family crew. He's rushed to Mount Sinai Medical Center. He doesn't make it. Within hours, cell phone footage of the attack is everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. The video spread faster than any official statement. People are watching a man's final moments on repeat before his family even has time to process the loss. But here's what makes this case different from just another tragic headline out of Chicago. Bezu wasn't some random victim caught in crossfire. This was targeted, deliberate. Someone wanted him dead, and they made sure it happened in broad daylight. The question is, who and why? To understand that, you need to know who Devonshaw Collier was, and the shadow that followed him for 16 years. Back in 2009, a homicide went down in Bronzeville. Someone died. The case went cold for years. Then in 2014, authorities arrested Collier and charged him with that killing. He sat in custody, waiting for trial, watching months turn into years. A Cook County jury hears the case. They deliberate, and they acquit him. Not guilty. He walks out of that courtroom a free man.
I've been fighting legal situations on and off since I've been home. I beat my murder case 2018 January. You know what I'm saying? I've been fighting legal situations ever since, but like, I done beat a lot of drama. I done beat a lot of so like, I feel like with the drill culture, a lot of reflect on me fighting the cases I be fighting, and like, people like y'all don't even know. Like DJ Academic, before he got big, and I was one of the first drill people he talked about in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? They kicked Dirk Doe in, charged me with the murder whatsoever, you know what I'm saying?
But in Chicago, acquittal doesn't erase your name from the streets. It doesn't remove you from the radar of law enforcement, rival factions, or the internet detectives who track every move in the drill scene. And Bezu, he kept getting pulled back into the system. Felony gun charges. Multiple times. Some dismissed. One ended in another acquittal. The courts kept letting him go, but the attention never stopped. Because Bezu wasn't just a rapper with a criminal record. He was part of a world where music and violence are inseparable.
Even with the ATF and the feds, like, these niggas be so fed and slow, be getting on this motherfucking talking game. Just because you beat a state case, and you beat a murder or whatever you did, gang, that don't got nothing to do with the feds jurisdiction. Is way different than the state jurisdiction. So they might can't recharge you for double jeopardy for this murder that you talking about, but they definitely could, when they do the gang conspiracy, they can bring up the shit that you came home bragging about hurting people and getting away with. When a conspiracy consists on hearsay, a lot of people don't know that. Conspiracy don't necessarily gotta mean they got actual evidence on you. You get what I'm saying? You niggas be on these platforms talking too much about their street lifestyle, like the feds ain't got their own jurisdiction. You get what I'm saying? Like, the feds jurisdiction don't got nothing to do with state jurisdiction. So yeah, you probably got away with state, but when they building this motherfucking gang child, this gang conspiracy on you on this federal case, all the shit that you claim you get away with, or you bragging about getting away with, they can stick all that shit to you, man. These niggas ain't smart enough for that type of shit, though. They get on this bitch loose as hell. And I watch them at that, I'm like, damn, how the fuck you a street nigga? He on there doing this, you feel?
Chicago drill isn't just a genre. It's a real-time document of street conflict. Diss tracks call out rivals by name. Music videos get analyzed for gang signs and subliminal threats. Lyrics become evidence in court cases. And when you're associated with only the family, when your name shows up alongside Lil Durk and King Von, you're not just making music. You're representing a side. Whether you want to or not, that's the reality Bezu lived in. He had fans who respected his music. He had friends who rode with him through cases and courtrooms. But he also had enemies, people who saw him as a symbol of everything they were against. So when those shots rang out in Little Village, the internet didn't wait for facts. Social media exploded with accusations. People named gang factions. They tied the killing to old murders, to ongoing feuds, to retaliation chains that go back years. Some posts claimed to know exactly who did it and why. But here's the truth. At the time of this video, no arrests have been publicly announced. No verified motive. No court hearings. Just theories, speculation, and a whole lot of people speaking with confidence about things they don't actually know. What we do know is this. Devin Shaw Collier survived a murder charge, multiple arrests, years of legal battles, and a constant way of being watched by everyone. Police, rivals, fans, critics. He survived all of that, but he couldn't survive October 2025. Before we go further, I want to ask you something. Chicago has lost so many young artists to this cycle. Drop your city or country in the comments. Is the same pattern playing out where you live? Let's talk about it. Now, the story doesn't end with the shooting. There's more you need to see. The footage, the reactions, the investigation, and what people who knew him are saying. But after all of that, we need to talk about what this really means. Not just for Bezu, not just for Chicago, but for everyone watching the cycle repeat itself over and over. Stick around, because the conclusion is going to challenge the way you think about all of this.
I can't argue with no trolls. I am a troll. This is what I do. I get on this bitch and tweak with y'all ass all day, every day. You hear me? Look at the pages, guys. You can tell these fake pages. Look at them. Joey Bands, I'm gonna go live with you. Let's see your bands, homie. I bet you broke as hell. Go live and don't decline, pussy. That's all y'all gonna do. What you got?
Folks, don't get on here capping for talk about you doing shit.
Roll,
shut your bitch ass up. No, shut your bitch ass up.
Show your face.
Shut your bitch ass. Don't get on here talk about you doing shit for the city. You living off another nigga, bro.
Where
Cut
is
it out.
From, fam? Where you from?
Don't worry about where I'm from, folks.
Is you from Chicago?
I live in Chicago.
You don't sound like you from Chicago, so I shouldn't even be talking to you, gang.
I'm from Chicago.
You not
87 in Congress. Stop playing
like you from New York or something.
87 in Congress. 87 in Congress. Stop playing with me, nigga.
87 that who?
Stop playing with me, nigga. The fuck is we talking about? You not doing
87 in Congress, gang. Ain't no fucking 87 in Congress. Get your goof ass on.
Yes, the fuck it is,
man.
Don't
you want to be from Iraq.
Don't
you want to be from Iraq. What 87 in Congress that, gang?
Don't worry about what the fuck is. Nigga, you know what the fuck is that? You in Chicago?
Goof ass on, man. This man said 87 in Congress, gang. You want to be from Iraq so bad, homie? Hell no. This man is named the Out West Block, talking about 87 in Congress, gang. He funny as hell. What that's at? Hey, you hearing Weeder? Because you know Congress out west, right, homie? This man said 87 to Congress. Fuck is that? A train station? Oh, what that's at, blood? Please tell me what that's at. His ass sound like he from New York, man. These niggas be broke and fucked up out here, gang. That's why they made sidewalks. Niggas like you shouldn't be in from the streets. You won't even know Chicago streets. You want to be from the rack so bad. Slow down. What you on, ball here, rich nigga?
Not a ball here.
No, he got to go up to $1 million ball here. Folks, I ain't finna put him out there. He just signed that blinker. He just signed that blinker. Look, his ass quiet as hell now. He talking about 87 to Congress. This man ain't the Out West Block, gang. I ain't really, to be honest with you, I don't know what no 87 is nothing doing no numbers to get no type of money. You hear me? 87 is nothing. His ass sound like he's from New York, some motherfucker well. Who the fuck is that keep saying where you at? Where you at, nigga? Nah, he can't be from out west. Out west would never embarrass themselves like that. He know it's a street called Congress, but ain't no 87 to Congress. Congress don't even run southbound. He from this shit. You know why I got these glasses on, Tip? So y'all can see how high I am. You know, I be on this bitch fried every day. Yeah, he from New York for sure. I hear it in his voice. Yeah, he could be from Indiana on post number. That's what it sounds like. He from the south, like he from up north, but he sound like he from somewhere around there. You know I'm fried, Vanna. Fried man. Yeah, that's him. See, look at my eyes, man. Y'all can't see my eyes. Let me put my shades back on. Y'all can't see me. Yeah, I'm at the crib. You niggas be comedians on here, man. Dude that from Charlotte, some motherfucking well. D-Lord, what's on, Lord? Y'all done took me out my little mode, man. I was just in this bitch off the Wayne, the Jewels, the Jadakiss. I ain't coming back to Chicago, Tiffany. They killed that motherfucking bike. Everybody dead. I ain't got nobody to hang with. He took about Dre from Iowa. His ass from Minnesota or some shit, man. These niggas be sucking dirt dick so much on my live game. They don't never let that man live. They want them a homie. They want them a homie. They want them a Smirkio. They want to suck some Smirk Swiller. That man be living his own life, gang. These niggas don't even let folks live, man. And now nigga on my live talk about what 1090. Whatever, blood. I ain't finna go back and forth with y'all, man. Good morning, team. How y'all feeling this morning? Where the food at, gang? It can't. Oh.
Let's bring this back to what actually matters. Devin Shaw Collier is dead. 2 other people were shot that same day, and most of the coverage barely mentioned them. A family is grieving. Friends are processing loss. And meanwhile, social media is busy turning his death into content. Theories, allegations, drama. That's the world we live in now. A man gets killed, and within hours, people are dissecting it like it's a puzzle to solve for likes and shares. But let's step back, because this story is bigger than one shooting, one rapper, one city. This is about a cycle that keeps repeating. And if we don't understand it, we're just going to keep watching it happen. The trap of the past. Bezu beat a murder charge in 2017. The jury said not guilty. He walked free, but that case never left him. Every article about him mentioned it. Every time his name came up in the streets or online, someone brought it up. The law said he was innocent, but the court of public opinion never closed the case. That's the trap. You can win in court and still lose in life. Because once you're labeled, once your name is tied to violence, to gangs, to the streets, it sticks. It follows you. It defines you in the eyes of people who've never met you. And in Chicago's drill scene, where every affiliation is public knowledge and every old beef is documented in songs and videos, there's no such thing as a clean slate. Bezu was connected to only the family. That's not speculation. It's fact. And in that world, loyalty is everything. But loyalty also means you inherit enemies. You inherit conflicts that started before you were even involved. You're part of a story you didn't write, and you can't opt out. Even if you wanted to walk away, the streets don't let you. The internet doesn't let you. Your past doesn't let you. Let's talk about what happened after the shooting. Footage hit the internet almost instantly. People were watching Bezu's last moments before any official word from police or family. No privacy. No time to mourn. Just raw, violent content spreading like wildfire. Then came the accusations. Posts naming suspects. threads connecting the killing to other murders, people presenting rumors as facts, speculation as evidence. Some of those posts might turn out to be accurate. Some won't. But the damage is done either way. Because once an accusation is out there, it takes on a life of its own. It spreads. It gets repeated. It becomes what everyone knows, even if it's completely false. And here's the danger. Those false accusations can get people hurt. They can lead to more retaliation, more violence, more deaths. All because someone wanted to be first with the inside scoop on social media. This isn't journalism. It's not investigation. It's performance. And it's dangerous. The truth is, we don't know who killed Beazu. We don't know the full motive. We don't know if this was personal, factional, or something else entirely. And until there are arrests, court cases, and actual evidence, everything else is just noise. Here's what's wild. Beazu was arrested multiple times. He faced serious charges. He went through trials. And every time, the system either dismissed the case or acquitted him. So legally, he was innocent. The court said so, multiple times. But he still ended up dead in a parking lot. That tells you something about the limits of the justice system. It can clear your name, but it can't protect you from a world that operates by different rules. A world where verdicts don't matter, where the only law is retaliation and reputation. The system failed Beazu not by convicting him, but by being completely irrelevant to the forces that actually controlled his fate. And that's the reality for so many young men in Chicago and cities like it. They're caught between two worlds, one with courts and lawyers and constitutional rights, and another with codes and loyalty and violence that doesn't wait for a trial. You can't win in both. And most don't survive either. As of right now, there are no arrests, no confirmed suspects, no verified motive. Maybe that will change. Maybe investigators will solve this case and we'll get answers. Maybe someone will face justice for what happened in that parking lot. Or maybe this will be like so many others, unsolved, forgotten, just another statistic in Chicago's violence tracker. But here's what won't change: the cycle, the feuds, the retaliation, the next death that's already coming because someone, somewhere, thinks they need to respond to this one. That's the reality. And it's on all of us, artists, communities, systems, audiences, to decide if we're okay with it or if we're finally ready to demand something different. If you made it this far, you're part of the solution. You're someone who cares enough to understand, not just react. Hit that subscribe button if you want more stories that go beyond the headlines. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive. And most importantly, keep this conversation going in the comments. What's your take? What have we missed? Let's talk. October 2025. A parking lot in Little Village. A life ended in seconds. But the questions remain. The grief remains. The cycle remains. Devonshire Collier's story is over. But the story of what killed him, the violence, the system, the culture, the choices, that story is still being written. And we all have a role in how it ends.